Hi everyone, Teddy Baldassarre with TeddyBaldassarre.com, and in this video we're looking at a fan favorite from the Seiko 5 collection. This is the Seiko 5 Sports, the Seiko 5KX Midsize Edition. So if you're new to this channel, this is where we cover watches available for purchase on our website, TeddyBaldassarre.com, as an authorized dealer. In this video, I'm going to be handing it off to my colleague, Jonathan McWhorter. He spent some time with these watches over the past few weeks. He's going to be sharing everything you need to know about them in this video. So in this video, all the details here. Also, if you have any questions about these watches, looking to purchase them, links will be in the description down below to the product pages. Without further ado, hand it off to Jonathan. Let's have him take a closer look at this watch.
We've had some time to live with the revamped Seiko 5 Sports for a while now, with those first models debuting all the way back in 2019. The collection has expanded at a blistering pace in the years hence, with new permutations released on a regular basis, but today I'm here with my personal impressions of one of the best of the bunch, the 38mm versions known by Seiko as the SKX Midsize. Launched in May of 2023, this family takes everything we love about the 42.5mm SRPD variants and distills them into a form factor that suits not only smaller wrists, but those that prefer a more vintage size. These are fantastic everyday watches with desirable features for first-time collectors and seasoned enthusiasts alike at a price point that makes falling down the rabbit hole that much easier. Currently available in 4 dial choices, we'll look at the black, ivory, and vivid green versions, and I'll offer my thoughts on this appealing gateway into not only the Seiko 5 Sports lineup, but the larger watch collecting hobby. The big story with these references is the smaller package, which put a whole new spin on the Seiko 5 Sports lineup upon their release. While the 42.5mm SRPD model is the starting point for many new to the game, they're larger than some would like as an everyday watch, despite Seiko's renown for cases that wear smaller than you might think. Enter the 38mm SKX Midsize. The dimensions shake out like this: 38mm in diameter, a case height just over 12, and a tidy lug-to-lug of 44.2mm with a lug width of 20mm. Once you run the numbers, the bottom line becomes clear. This branch of the family tree avoids comparisons to the more tool watch-like nature of their bigger brethren while remaining eminently usable where it counts. Namely, a real-world level of water resistance paired with a dive-style timing bezel that will have you finding new uses the more you wear it. Thanks to the push-pull crown at 4 and screw-in display caseback, water resistance is rated to 100 meters, more than adequate for most circumstances. And while there was some initial grumbling over the fact that the original SKX was discontinued and the Seiko 5 Sports lineup reduced the water resistance in a similar-looking package, those complaints died down after fans realized that these were aimed toward everyday wear. Besides, the Prospects catalog is overstuffed with a boatload of divers that more than adequately fill the void left by the SKX. Finishing is in line with its larger siblings, with brushing being the dominant aesthetic here, apart from the high polished case sides. The crystal is Seiko's proprietary Hardlex mineral, which, while not as scratch resistant as sapphire, offers better impact resistance and a clearer view when compared to some lesser executions of sapphire crystals. The lugs are thoughtfully drilled and the unidirectional bezel takes on the form of the SKX of yore, with 2 rows of teeth offering a nice amount of grip. The insert is aluminum and again offers that classic SKX look with numerals every 10 minutes and a fully demarcated scale from 0 to 20. Anecdotally, a timing bezel is incredibly useful for knowing when it's time to feed the meter and can also be a handy grill timer. Perfect for those moments when fishing your smartphone out of your pocket could result in a sticky mess of barbecue sauce ruining your electronics. The 3-link bracelet should no doubt be familiar if you handled other recent Seiko 5s, and you'll see that this is where Seiko cut some costs compared to the watch head itself. Make no mistake, the bracelet is perfectly serviceable and looks fine, but if you're a fan of older Seiko 5s, some aspects will look familiar. While the bracelet links themselves are substantial enough, the end links and flip-lock clasp parts are stamped and folded and feature a mere 2 positions of micro adjustment. And while all of that contributes to a quasi-vintage feel, everything is more than secure. It does the job, and with a 20mm lug width, your options for experimentation are nearly limitless. Luckily, these Seiko 5s look great on nearly anything you throw at them, so you'll have no shortage of choice. Moving on to the dial, the overall look follows the SKX playbook pretty faithfully, with its fat, sword-like hour hand and arrow tip minute hand. Combined with the rounded and capsule-shaped hour markers, there's plenty of real estate for Seiko's nuclear-strength Lumibrite to find purchase. You'll also note the minute track that resides on the steep chapter ring, another classic SKX design cue. As with most Seiko 5s, you'll find a day-date window at 3, a traditional Seiko value add in terms of functionality. As far as colorways go, we're offered the all-business black, which is the closest analog to the SKX 007, as well as a reserved Sunray ivory. There's also a sunny orange that recalls a lesser-seen SKX variation from back in the day, but it's the bright bluish green that seems to garner the most attention. Seiko simply calls this dial variant quote-unquote green, although more specifically, it's closer to a minty teal that's right up the street from that world-famous shade known as Tiffany blue. Interestingly, the orange and teal dials both have gold-toned hour and minute hands, while the black and ivory go with silver. The gold hands are a choice to be sure, but the overall effect is certainly attention-grabbing. Regardless of your own personal proclivities, legibility is excellent, no matter which color you vibe with. And about that movement, where else can you find an in-house caliber for less? Unless your brand rhymes with Citizen or Vostok, the answer is not many places. And that, my friends, is the power of a vertically integrated manufacturer. Seiko makes a whole lot of movements, and they've got it down to a science. At this segment, we're not going to see the utmost in finishing or precision, but consider this. There are Seikos that were born in the 80s that have never been serviced. Let that sink in. Is it recommended? Certainly not. But the fact that many Seiko movements have run decades before repair or replacement is something to ponder. Seiko's 7S26, the power plant from the original SKX and scores of other Seikos, often gets singled out for its durability. And the caliber inside this new Seiko 5 Sports, the 4R36, is the spiritual successor to the 7S. The 4R36 improves on its forebear with the inclusion of hacking and hand winding, but this is still a 3 Hz 3-hander with day-date functionality, just like the 7S. It has 24 joules, a 41-hour power reserve, and is as bare bones to look at as any industrialized mass production caliber, but that's not the point. This is the Toyota Land Cruiser of movements, and it will likely run like one, reliably and without complaint for years to come. Now we're at the part of the video where we talk about pros and cons, and I like to lead with the cons because it's so much better to end on a high note. At 38mm and wearing smaller, these SKX midsizes may feel small on larger wrists, and that stamped clasp and mineral crystal at this price point could be a turnoff to some. Also, this is not a true dive watch, but it's also not intended as such. That being said, I still feel like there is plenty of upside for the SKX midsize. The case gives you all sorts of retro vibes with those proportional dimensions, making for a very comfortable wear. It's a great option for those that prefer vintage sizing, and you get several dial choices from classic black all the way to a bright and fun orange. The reliable 4R36 movement with hacking and hand winding gives you confidence for everyday wear, and 100 meters of water resistance is plenty and makes for a great daily driver. The day-date complication is for all of you like me that tend to forget what day it is, and the timing bezel is surprisingly handy for daily tasks. The display caseback is a highlight, especially for newer collectors, making this a smart option for first-time watch buyers. And now my final thoughts. I think this is a dependable iteration of a beloved formula for Seiko. The sizing, price, and proven dependability make this an attractive option for those that are new to watches and watch collecting, undoubtedly an approachable entry to the tool watch genre for those that might have shied away from larger pieces. That's also not to say that this is only a watch for newcomers. The size, durability of the SKX midsize make this a comfortable, low-key alternative in the context of a rotation of larger tool watches. You don't always need a Humvee when a Land Cruiser will do just fine.
All right, guys, that's all we have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please give this one a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Really do appreciate that. That does help out the channel as well, so thanks again for it. Also, if you are in the market for the watch being reviewed here today, it is available on TeddyBaldassarre.com. TeddyBaldassarre.com is an authorized dealer for over 35 brands. Every purchase from our website comes with quick and fast fulfillment, dedicated customer support, and a full factory warranty for all the products that we offer. Also, in addition to that, you have further questions, check out our team on live chat. We'll be in the bottom right corner of our website. Feel free to reach out to us there for any questions about a watch on our website you're looking to purchase. We're there around 18 hours a day. That is not AI down there. Those are real people, and we'd love to be able to help you out. And in addition, how we're able to keep doing what we do on the main channel and producing content every single week is through selling watches. So if you are in the market for a watch, we'd absolutely love to have your business. Allow us to keep doing what we're doing here. We love what we do. But guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I will see you all very soon.